Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, let's check out Vivo's brand new mid-range smartphone, the vivo V27. Now I want to start things off by just mentioning my favorite part here straight off the bat, and that is actually the price. I was quite surprised when Vivo Malaysia launched this device for just RM1799 here in Malaysia, and it comes with 8GB of storage, 256GB of RAM. So it's just so interesting to see, smartphones these days, you always see them increasing prices crazily, but Vivo is giving us a really decent mid-range phone for just RM1799. So what are you really getting for your money? Well, let's find out. Alright, so first and foremost, we've got to talk about that design. Now, the design of the V27 is personally one of the best, in my opinion, for a mid-range smartphone today. Just take a look at this, guys. I have two colors here today with me. One is a green, one is a gold. I'll give you guys a bit of a B-roll so you can see how these devices look like up close and personal. My personal favorite is the one in this emerald green. There's a bit of a texture going on at the back. It looks like a marble flooring. So if you have some marble flooring at home, you would get what I mean. You can see the kind of textures in it, but it's actually a completely fully gloss back panel. So other than that, it's also made of glass, so we have this sort of premium feeling over here. And just like previous Vivo phones, if you have some blue light or whatever going on, you can actually flash it on the back and you can have this kind of color changing going on with the back panel. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a fun thing to play with when you have some time, but that's just an additional feature of this back panel. Now, my personal take here is that this device is super slim and you don't really see phones of this slim levels today. So it's really good here on a Vivo V27. Other than that, for the price, this mid-range kind of price, I think it feels also very premium. We have curved sides all around. There's also a curved display at the front. It is a 120Hz curved AMOLED display, by the way, which looks very colorful as well. So we'll talk more about that display later on. So design-wise, yeah, again, nothing to complain here. Definitely one of the best super slim and lightweight phones that you can get for a mid-range price point today. Now moving on, what do we have here? We have here a couple of very interesting cameras at the back. Now, Vivo is saying that this camera, it's not just about the resolution and all that. It also comes with OIS and EIS, by the way. So there's a lot of stabilization going on. But more importantly, it also comes with the Sony IMX766V. So this is sort of like, previous flagship kind of sensor on a mid-range phone, which I think is great as well. And we also have this Aura Light LED flash that Vivo says is great for night portrait. So for this particular test, I actually flew all the way to Singapore. I was actually on the way there. And I just did a very quick test to show you guys the potential of this camera at night. So let's head over to Singapore right now to check that out. Alright guys, so we are currently here at Singapore's Jewel, the Changi Airport, to check out the Vivo V27 and find out how good that night portrait is on this particular device. Now, Vivo is saying that with that Aura light on the top left corner, it is able to brighten your entire portrait to create even better images, especially in these really low light conditions. So without further ado, let me just show you a couple of portrait shots that I took in this really dark environment. As you can see from these shots here, it's really obvious that with the Aura light turned on, you will get even brighter night portraits that you are able to share on your social media. You don't really want to share pictures that has lack in light, has a lot of noise, and with that Aura light, you can clearly see the difference here. So there you have it, a very quick look at the cameras on the Vivo V27. I'm going to share across a couple more pictures so you can have a bit of an idea of how that main sensor performs. Naturally during the day, the Sony IMX766 has already been proven to be a very good sensor. Vivo has added the V at the back there because they kind of tuned the colors of it a little bit to get these kind of results that you're currently seeing on your screen. And again, I would say that for the price of RM1799 here in Malaysia, the kind of cameras that you're getting is definitely good for your day-to-day use. It's great for social media, and you'll be happy with it, especially the night shots as well. Alright, so having said that, that's just a very quick look at the cameras at the back. We also have a very interesting processor in here. I think this is the first Dimensity 7200 to land here in Malaysia. And the performance is actually equivalent or slightly similar to something like the Snapdragon 778G Plus. Just on day-to-day use, I would say that using your social media, browsing content, just launching apps and all that is going to be a breeze. There's no slowing down whatsoever on this device. Other than that, if you are into gaming, it is definitely capable of handling, Mobile Legends, PUBG, of course, Genshin Impact as well. Now, speaking about user experience and all that, let's just jump back to the display at the front. Like I said earlier on, it's 120 Hz. That means everything is going to be buttery smooth. The brightness levels also gets fairly bright. I didn't have any issues when I was traveling in Singapore, especially when the sun was so hot and bright. I was still able to see the display very, very well. No issues there. The curves at the side is not so curved to the extent where you have accidental touches. So I'm quite happy with that curved display as well. You do get that small camera cutout in the middle, which I think is completely fine. Overall, again, for this price point, you are getting a very decent AMOLED display at the front. Alright, so moving on, let's talk a bit about the battery. We do have a 4600 mAh battery. I think it is alright. You definitely got to have some kind of trade-off for such a slim body. But more importantly, the phone itself supports 66 watt flash charge. With the provided charger in the box, you can actually go from 0 to 50% in about 19 minutes. So again, a fairly fast process there in terms of the charging for the vivo V27. Now, just a couple of small things that I wish was improved. Definitely, I would have loved to see a better haptic motor. I'm very into haptic feedback and all that, so I just wish that the haptic feedback was a bit better. And in terms of the speaker, we do have a single firing speaker at the bottom that actually gets fairly loud, but of course, if we have a dual speaker system, that would have been a little bit better. Now overall, again, for the price of 1799, I still think the vivo V27 here is a very good buy and something that you should check out if you are shopping for a mid-range phone today. In terms of the overall package, I think what you're getting here is a great design, super slim, very lightweight, curved 120Hz AMOLED display at the front. You have that Sony IMX766V 50 megapixel sensor, also some decent battery and a fast charging to go with it. So yeah, let me know what you think about the vivo V27. Is this something that you might consider for your next mid-range phone? Oh, by the way, if your budget is even lower, you might want to check out Vivo's V27e as well. That is also a fairly affordable phone. I think Vivo is actually getting priced very competitively, at least here in Malaysia, these few months. We're definitely seeing a lot of change. With that said, thank you for watching today's video all the way to the end. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Bye.